Now everything was making sense. Now everything was making sense of why it got to that extreme. So that night, I ended up calling Jolene because at this point, I think she ended up was like on her last payment, and she ended up paying like majority of my money back, and I think she was in her apartment at this time, just enjoying the new place and all that stuff. And then I called her, and she can tell something was wrong with me, and I thought she would be somebody that I can confide in and trust and everything like that because, like I said, she was a great mother and she tried, and I knew she would have that. I didn't have nobody else to really could see from my point of view of what what I was feeling. So so when I called her, she was like, "What's going on? What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Yo, like, I need you to like go somewhere quiet where you're not around everybody." I think because she was just finishing dinner, everybody was there, whatever. Her and the other kids got back on good terms, blase XYZ. So she's like, "Okay, I'm going to the bathroom or whatever." And I told her, just like, I was like, "You cannot tell Nick that I don't care how or what he does, but you cannot tell nobody. You cannot tell Nixon. You cannot tell nobody." And when I'm saying, I need you to keep this between us. I need you to keep this between us. She's like, yeah. What's going on? You're scaring me. What's going on? You're scaring me. I promise. So I tell her what I just found out. She busts out into tears. Like, she's boohoo crying. And she's like, "Oh my God, I don't understand why you're not crying. I'm not understanding, like, what's going on? Is she okay?" I was like, and I was just honest, I felt like if I allowed myself to feel those emotions, I would act on it. If I allowed myself to cry and break down, if I allowed myself to break down at that moment like I wanted to, I didn't want her to feel like, shit. I'm trying to. It's just really reliving that is just like kind of like surreal to me. Cause I never thought I would. I did so. I thought I did everything right. I thought I did the best that I could. And I still let her down. And I know, like, because we did discuss it.
He took a bite and then tilted his head like this. Ugh. So I figured I was doomed.
She understood I had to work. She understood, I had to pay the bills, and she doesn't blame me. But I felt like I didn't do enough. And I knew if I allowed myself to break down, that I was gonna go to jail. Cause that was the only way I knew, like, I thought I could protect her and let her know that, that I was always going to be there to protect them, that I was going to be the one if they needed anything, that they could still count on me. And putting that person 6 feet under, I felt like that would have made me happy. But there was other people that also hurt her
This is insane.
in a way to make it seem like that's why that happened to her. And then me not there to pour into her, to let her know that she's still beautiful as a dark-skinned woman and girl, and she's a queen, and she's, because I was so broken for so long that I didn't realize saying them little things to her and my other girls still would have made a difference. Because I thought I had people around her that would protect her. I didn't think anybody would put her in a situation where she didn't feel protected. So as you can imagine, those moments, like, it's still kind of hard to, but like I said, I'm telling my story and I'm telling my truth about a lot of stuff that was going on. Like, people think because I have it, I seem like I have it all together. A lot of times I don't. I still try to figure it out. Even to this day, I still try to figure things out for myself and my children.